Another one, this NIVVED82. When you go on with with what the president's talking about his stock exchange or his economy going up and all that, and he's comparing numbers, but he's doing day to day. You can't do day to day in the stock exchange. You have to do the length of time if you're comparing something. Like he's been in office since January 2025. I've done different exchanges. Here's the NASDAQ right now, and you look at it's down. Look how much it's down. That's over a 3-month period. 3-month period. Sorry. And that's where you can look at. You see the one day, the change there. That's just that day, but it's compared to start and the end. That's S&P. See, it's down over 3 months, and it's down what 224. So that stuff is important when you're trying to compare how the economy's doing. You've got to compare from the beginning, or at least near the beginning of his term to the end. Because if you go back a year, you get part of Biden's economy, and you will see an increase. I forget when it is. It's in the same one right here, right at the beginning of that, in that 3-month cycle. I think that's February, right there in that February time frame. It was during the on-again, off-again tariffs little thing. So that's the stuff you got to watch. And, I mean, overall, here's the Russell 2000. Or, yeah, the RUT's the symbol. And that's what you got to look. Because, I mean, look, it's down 440 or 247, I think. It's hard to read on this little bit of screen. And there I showed where it was hit the low. There's another Russell 1000. I think that's what it is. I can't really read the writing on that small. It's down 725.14, something like that. But you can see how over time it changes, and that's the Russell 3000. It's down 3.97%. Foreign market, that is the UK Stock Exchange. FTSE is the but yeah, that's a foreign market, and it's up. But these are the things you have to look at when you're looking at these, is how they rise. And I'll let you look at the rest of them as they go by, but I've covered all the markets, and you'll see certain ones did go increase in price over the 3 months. But again, those are not the U.S. Those are foreign. So why are they going up and we're going down? That's a determination on the market. Now, we need for freaking Congress to look at this stuff and understand that it's more than just what he's doing. Something's majorly wrong in our economy, and we're losing because our capitalists are coming down. Our profits are coming down. But that's what they got to look at, is they got to look at that stuff and figure out why that is happening. Could it be tariffs? Could it be the cost of buying goods? Could it be a shortage in the U.S. market? Stuff like that. That's what you got to look into and find out the cause, because the president is not directly involved in the stock exchange. The president cannot directly control the markets, such as the stock market or oil and gas, energy and all that. That's controlled. Because we're in a capitalist system, it's controlled by capitalism. And that drives the market. I want you to seriously consider and think about this, MAGA. If you take more money from the lower or middle income, who's going to buy the product? If the lower income cannot buy the product, who will? So saying, oh, they're not going to, don't worry about it, it's important. Because the president controls the market through tariffs, sanctions, and stuff like that. That's how he controls the market. And that's imported goods. They control the, foreign countries control the export goods, but their tariffs if they put any on. So what you have is tariffs going out is paid by the foreign country. That's what they pay. The imports is paid by the consumer. Yes, Trump said Walmart needs to eat it, but you think Walmart's going to eat a fee that's added, that's cutting into their profit? No. What do we got to do? Exactly what Vice President Kamala Harris suggested. You've got to put a cap on profit. You've got to put a cap to cut gouging, because companies are capitalist. If people are willing to pay that price, they're going to keep it at that price. So even after COVID, it didn't drop that much. It dropped a little bit, but not much. So it drove the price up. Now we got another crisis, and they drove it up again. Where is it dropping back down? That's where Congress needs to step in and start charging them taxes and saying either you lower your profits or we're going to charge more taxes. That's where Congress can control some things. If they say your profitability on this product cannot be this much. Yeah, here I did a just going all through it and looking where the dip is and all that. And that's in the NASDAQ. So, I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to compare it overall and see what's going on and how it's influencing. The president telling them to lower prices is not going to work. They've got to make an incentive for them to lower the price. If the incentive is they pay higher taxes, they're going to lower the price. If they keep the price as it is, okay, you're going to pay this in taxes. If you lower your profitability on your products, then you pay this. I mean, we could get down in detail and say your profitability on each product, and they have to turn in a statement for every product. That's ridiculous. But profitability needs to be cut. The capital gains needs to be taxed so they can't hide the profit, because big companies and rich people do not work on cash thing. They work on loans and things like that. What they'll do is they'll get a gain and have, let's say, a $5 million gain in their stocks. They can go down and get that loan as a loan, and they don't have to pay their $5 million gain. Now they've got a loan, so they can even write off the taxes, write off the interest depending on the type of loan, certain loans. But so that's the issue you have. The rich people are hiding the profits so they can get more profits. What are they going to spend it on if they're not buying stuff? If they're not buying in the United States, what are they buying? That is who you need to put the problem with. Thank you for your time. Like, share, follow, as always. And remember, you're loved and there's nothing you can do about it.